I guarantee it. Thanks, George Zimmer. Game screen turn on. We're back. I had to have a sandwich. Ahem. Get that music back, shall we? Extended release cream. True. Which half? Left half. I had half this morning, and I'm like, in the future, I'm going to want half a sandwich. And I was right. By gum, I was right. What was the sand? Do you mean sandwich? Is that shorthand now? Man, I could go for some sand. Which? It was just typical cheapo lunch meat. Nothing to see here. Actually, the cheese was, I mean, I'm from Wisconsin, right? So, like, everything in the sandwich is really cheap. And then the cheese is, like, Pleasant Ridge Special Reserve, fucking aged, has, like, little flavor crystals and shit in it. And then it's on top of, like, some turka, some fucking turkey, and hot sauce. Well, hot sauce and mayo, you kind of stir them together. Makes a good topping. Pickle. Nothing fancy. Yeah, turka, yeah. Just some turka. Sriracha and mayo. Yeah, that's what I do. I just stir sriracha and mayo together. Makes a fine sauce for sandwiches. Some bread and butter pickle. Nice cheese. And then technically bread. TBLT with hots is your go-to. I'm not the biggest fan of BLTs. But TBLT, at least there's more meat on it. I appreciate that one. Technically bread. Well, like, I don't know. The sauce I put on is noteworthy. The pickle I put on is noteworthy because it's the pickles I get from the farmer's market. They're good. The cheese is noteworthy. And then the meat is just like, they have the, you know, you go to the grocery store and there's like a lunch meat section, and then there's a little cooler that they wheel up to the lunch meat section, and it says like it expires in 2 days lunch meat. That's the lunch meat. And the bread is just like bread. And with a sandwich, you want to treat yourself. They're from the farmer's market. I get these. They're like spicy pickled mushrooms. So they're mushrooms that are pickled, and it's a super spicy vinegar sauce that they're in, and they're delectable. Just pop one in the bread box, and they're good. Anyway, shoot some fucking gaff, shall we? Mushroom sand? No, you don't put the mushrooms on it. They're just like little bell mushrooms. I don't know what you'd call them. But you just get the fork out, pop one of those in the bread box, and you're good. Everything else you put on the sandwich, you just eat that side. Is how I do it anyway. For more cooking like a hermit tips. For the man who has no time to go outside, literally ever. How to eat like a hermit. A random mixture of extremely high quality, natural, farmer's market food. But then the other half of your ingredients are just like literally expiring in 1 day. How cheap can you possibly get them, you know? Oh, pardon me, Tali. I keep pushing Tali away from her great cover that she's getting into. Get lifted. Uh-oh.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials.
I tried to throw a grenade, and it just broke the box. I didn't know where it went. I don't know why that one was so hard for me.
We'll need to get the reactors back online.
You order food from Amazon when you're lazy? I haven't done that yet, but I probably should, because I don't like going outside. Poor people make the best food. This is just a fact. It is very not at all.
Why are the
People with
turrets
good
facing the wrong
taste
way?
They want to keep their people in as
that
much as
cook
they want to keep
make
others
good
out.
food, whether they're poor or not. Real poor people food, depending, is super awful. And rich people food is hella trash. Just flavorless, gross, expensive sounding ingredients that aren't any good at all. Bunch of weird decisions made. I don't know. I've had really awful meals from both. I think it's more to do with if the person knows how to cook or not and has good taste. In which case I've had just some of the best meals on both sides. Only good food is Frank cooking. Frank sounds like he knows how his way around a kitchen. And so I'm in. Got him. Cutscene begin?
What was that?
Animals? Wind? This place is in bad shape.
You're cooking right now? Salmon and roast potatoes? Yo, salmon. The king of fish? Question mark? Salmon is the workhorse of fish. If you're making, I mean, if you're cooking fish for yourself. Hey, good shot.
I've never seen anything like them.
They are arachni.
Xenobiology is not my field. Maybe someone in the labs knows.
Salmon, tuna steak, and swordfish are all top fish. You know, I've had swordfish, but I've only had it once. And so I don't know that I can judge it properly. It was okay. The consistency was odd. It was still like slightly flaky, but it had more of a tough consistency. I wouldn't say like meat exactly. But I guess the stuff was more held together. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't much care for it. Tuna's real good, obviously. Salmon real good. I can't help but feel like I missed a whole bunch of treasure and stuff because I'm accidentally going the right way the first time. Am I doubling back to be a completionist? I think it's too late, right? I'm too far. I'm in too deep.
A backup power system, Shepard. Must be for the station mainframe.
The damage is not extensive. It could be repaired.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
Critical startup error. 2001: A Space Odyssey reference. Entering the core. The VI core appears inoperable. You can attempt to manually reconfigure the databanks or use Omnigel to repair the damaged systems. Manual. Memory core 1 damage. Transfer module stack to core 2 or 3 to reactivate. Click the shutdown button to exit. Okay, what is this? What kind of puzzle are we looking at here? Two paths, gotta find the dead end first type game, yeah. Okay. But what am I trying to do? Is this blind streamer moment? What's my end goal? Am I supposed to transfer all of these over, or what? To be honest, I'm just kind of clicking buttons here. Oh, I see. I see. So what I want to do then... I thought I knew how the puzzle worked. I guess I don't. Because that should put it over here, right? Alright, maybe this one goes over here. This one goes over here. Nope. Tower of Hanayuf. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to move this all the way over? Like, is 3 right? Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if I was supposed to stack them all on 2 or 3. So I did 3, and I guess it worked.
Restore this facility. Would you like help?
You know what, Mira? I would like help. Yes, I would.
Help would be great. Who are you?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard. I work for the Citadel Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems.
Big.
Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to Binary Helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Yeah.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
Damage report.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Okay.
Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline.
We gotta turn everything
Report
back
complete.
online, huh?
Do you have an
one
additional
of those.
system status query?
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely, or in the case of catastrophic laboratory containment failure. Emergency guidelines suggest the frigid environment will kill biological contagions. It may also damage mechanical ones.
Alright.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you've unleashed to sleep. Nice.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
What are the landlines, and why are they disabled?
The landlines connect my mainframes here at Central Station to the various sub-facilities of Peak 15.
Alright.
This allows the crew to remotely access my databases from the comfort and security of their labs.
Comfort and security, that's what I'm all
Protocols
about.
were implemented within the hot labs. The cabling was automatically ejected.
How do I fix them?
How do I reconnect the landlines?
The landlines are designed for easy reconnection.
Great.
The router for the landlines is on the roof of operations. Simply activate the controls and the hardware will reconnect and reboot automatically.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
Tell me what occurred immediately before you shut down.
Stage 1 alert issued at Hot Labs. Contaminants released from Laboratory Pod Gamma. Emergency protocols implemented. Stage 2
Pod
alert
Gamma?
issued at Hot Labs. Isolation 2 breached. Tram shut down. Landline to Hot Labs disconnected.
Okay.
Stage 3 alert issued locally. Contaminants in tram tunnels. Station shutdown and evacuation initiated. Code Omega sent.
What sort of contaminants escaped?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research
Okay,
require
so
privileged
something.
access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
The creatures we've encountered here, did they come from the labs?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged
That's
access.
all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Thanks, ma'am.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Now exiting to the roof.
We'll do it.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Oh, big bugs. Oh, it needed one more
User
shot.
alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
I'm getting to it. I need some treasure, okay? This is important. It's imperative.
User alert.
I don't even care if the
Landline
treasure's good.
connections online. How may I assist you?
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more.
That's all I need.
Very
Oh, that's
well,
it?
Commander.
I could just
Logging
talk to
you
her?
out.
I thought that's like what I had to click to turn this thing back on. But it's this. Landlines repaired.
Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
Alright.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
The bugs. You know, if I was trying to min-max, I would be changing all of my ammo to organic bonus down, right? Because we're fighting Arachni. But I'm also the kind of person who would forget to change it back. Bug. They seem to be dying pretty quick in any case, I guess.
User alert. Main reactor
Oh, electronic locks offline. Can't remember which way I entered. I think I entered from that way. So let's go this way.
now entering main reactor.
Main reactor.
User alert. Main
You just do
reactor
fire the
shut
toxic
down
ones.
in
Toxic
accordance
ones
with
don't let
emergency
Krogan's
containment
regen.
procedures.
Both ammo causes
Manual
dot
restart
damage.
required.
Yeah, what did I choose? What do I have? I chose cryo rounds because it bypasses shield and it hurts the enemy's accuracy. Harpoon rounds? This ammunition is widely considered unethical. It has damage over time, so Krogans can't get back up, and minus 14% DP, whatever that is. Dr. Pepper, I assume. High explosive rounds. What? 500% heat generation and weapon force? And so this is just going to send people rocketing backwards? I don't like the accuracy lowering on that one. Damage but rate of fire. Target gets reduced accuracy. Interesting. It's been a while since I've looked at my ammo. And I have way better ammo, it seems. Oh, toxic damage and damage per second. I think maybe I want this. Well, okay, this is like for a sniper rifle maybe or something like that. Because 20% damage but minus 40% rate of fire is that's net negative, right? Maybe I just keep my shield bypass. I kind of like that. If there's something that just gives me bonus damage, like out of nowhere, I would rather take that. Because this bypasses shields, but it gives you reduced damage. I'm not trying to get reduced damage. 40% damage versus organics. Alright. Level up the squad while I'm here. Sorry, scientist. Throw with 1,000,000 neutrons. I don't ever use any of this stuff. You might as well have overload or the biggest barrier ever in case it's a hard fight. And Tali's my electronics decrypting get into stuff character more than really a fighting character. Better at the shoot, better at the hack. As for Shepard, more master lift. Almost there.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
The moment I change my ammo to organics, suddenly we're fighting non-organics. Okay, fuck you. The best I got is tungsten rounds for these guys. Alright. Yo, the ammo sounds way different when you change the ammo noise. That's cool. Ooh, I just started healing. Okay. Back to the shield ones. I learned my lesson.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Is this just the other side? Yeah, it is. Okay.
alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
I'm working on it. I'm working on the restart. Chill. It's under control. Also treasure.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with
I thought this would
emergency
be,
containment procedures. Manual
I
restart
thought I would have to click
required.
here somewhere. Maybe this is where I go afterwards. Maybe that's the second place I go. Well, let's do it.
The AG3 fuel line's cut.
Oh, cool. She tells you that the fuel line is cut. Nice little dialogue. Fuel line's fixed. You've completed the repairs on peak 15. Nice.
Online. Connected to subsidiary facilities. How may I assist you?
What's this about loose contaminants?
Dangerous biological agents are present in the tramway decontamination chamber. The tram station has been sealed in the interest of crew safety.
Okay.
Activation of the fail-safe plasma jets is recommended prior to access.
How do we activate the purge?
How do I activate the failsafe system?
Controls for the fail-safe systems are located in the security checkpoint outside decontamination.
Okay.
User alert. The fail-safe system is currently inoperable.
How do
What
I
would it
fix
take
it?
to get the decon failsafes operating again?
There is a hardware fault in the control system. This can be repaired on-site using a standard Omni tool.
Unlock the decontamination chamber.
User alert. Contaminants are present within the decontamination chambers. Passages
How
not
do I get rid of the
Unfortunately, the fail-safe system is disabled at this time.
What's the problem?
There is a hardware fault in the control system. This can be repaired.
That's all I need.
Very well, Commander.
Nice.
Logging you out.
All right. Only 2 more steps to go. So now I assume this door across from here opens up. In that initial room. Yes. Oh, and another bug. Always with the extra bugs.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub.
Shepard's just
User
looking
alert.
straight at them.
Loose contaminants in the decontamination
Let's follow his eyes.
chamber. Access to passenger
Okay, he's
tramways
looking. He's not
inadvisable.
looking anywhere untoward. Not even looking respectfully.
They are locked in.
Oh, the bugs. The
We could
bugs.
bypass the door. It looks like the trams to the subsidiary stations are beyond it.
Thanks, Tali. Scientist is down.
Control group, loosen the... They're in...
Are they bugging you? Good meme.
now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
He killed himself because he was part of whatever happened here?
He must have felt there was no hope of surviving, that killing himself would be easier.
Thanks for the follow. Helix Freak. And the first time chat. Manual bypass. Oh, I couldn't quite fit. There we go. Okay, I didn't think it would incinerate them, but alright. I'll take it.
Online, connected to subsidiary facilities. How may I assist you?
Are we done?
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but
Now is not the time!
What? I just accidentally clicked on you by, you know... Wait, are we firing? Where did they come from? The ceiling? Fried bug. You guys can shoot those, right? Hello? Oh, they explode. Okay. I had always just shot them before they got to me. I didn't know they exploded. They're in the vents. Truly a disturbing event. Public transport. Tali, please. She's coming. Hey, we're about to leave. All right, she's on her way. It'll be fine. There she is.
departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
And fade to black.
Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
All right. No science allowed yet, so we'll go in here. Where's he looking? Oh wait, no, this isn't a shoot you quest. This is a talk to you quest.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
I'd do the same. What's going on here?
Bugs. Zillions of them, coming up the tunnels from the hot labs. My team's been running on stems for days. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
I'm a Spector.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore.
Hanolar.
First we knew the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You just did the monkey glitch? That was too easy. Look, it's not supposed to be hard, right? He's supposed to spread joy, happiness, and paragon to the whole universe as the most holy being. It shouldn't be a challenge. He wants you to succeed.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as
Monkey
hell doesn't
glitch,
feel
best
like
glitch too.
The board's sending Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs.
Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
Dr. Cohen. In a climate this cold? Jeez. Call her, Ice Queen Cohen. You know, like ice cream cone? Never mind. I tried. I'll be here all night.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come
Wait,
back
I can get
here.
Infinite
Maybe
Renegade?
Central Station, so she ain't there.
Interesting. Yo, it would be kind of cool if we got in full Renegade and Paragon, right? I wonder if there's a way.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell, man the perimeter.
Bugs.
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
No problem.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
It is possible to get full bars of Paragon and Renegade, but you got to be on top of everything. Yeah, I bet you had to have like a plan. Although you do, I don't know. I feel like even without a plan, I could do it. All you have to do is choose Renegade option every time and then perform the monkey glitch for Infinite Paragon. I mean the monkey feature, not glitch. Pardon me. Not a bug, it's a feature.
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
Oh, nice. It's an Alcor. I like Alcor. Some of the best aliens.
What? No!
Dr. Palin, are you okay? And how's that camera angle?
Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
You don't like it?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ayalis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
Ventralis might know.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course,
Novaria
have
meet
guns.
Gianna Parasini, an administrator Areolas. I've just talked to her. I might have missed my chance, Crypt Shadow.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious
I
noises.
should have asked this question 2 hours ago. Alestia.
What?
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Ayalis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
You need to spout random facts. That's all I care about. It's an RPG.
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
That's racist.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently
Are you a member of the science team? She watches Melody? I mean, who's that?
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
That's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
No, I'm interested. My character's probably too dumb, but that sounds fun. Good work.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
Because you're in the fucking lab
That's all for now.
where the matriarch fucking was.
Then I will return to my...
I mean,
meditation.
carry on, citizen. Have a nice day. Good work and all that. Oh, I gotta talk to the Alcor.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
You might have then something to do with talking to somebody, killing some mercs, and then somebody asks you to get somebody to test it. Yeah, I just did that. So we're too late. No infinite paragon for me. That was like almost really timely. That was almost the perfect timing.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively.
Furtively,
I
good
am
word.
concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Nice.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
Regretfully. Not better. I'll take that license, though. Not better. Very not better. Alright, hey, thanks. Good work. Ham's fan? The fan of Ham. Thanks for the tier 1. For 20 months. Is this some sort of... It's some kind of stream. It's one of those we listen to dialogue, we're chilling, you're probably painting. It's one of those streams. How did you get so rich? By doing 1 million side quests and selling everything. No exploit here. There's probably some exploit to get infinite money, I bet. But
It's pleasant to see.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully,
it's like kind of unnecessary because it's so easy to make money in this game by just like doing things, right?
By Captain Ventralis.
And we're selling. Just sell the old stuff. This is what you have to do. I don't know if I have high explosive 7 or not. Pistol, light armor. I don't sell my upgrades usually. Unless they're like really bad. Almost, or like the ammo upgrades and stuff. Tungsten 7. How high am I? What's the best stuff? I'm already on like 9 and stuff like that. $274, $190. Okay, get rid of that crap. And the Reaper. That sucks. Alright, there we go. Now we only have upgrades and stuff left, I think. Besides that sniper rifle. And now we have $6 million. And that's how I made so much money. By just doing quests and selling everything. Become government secret police. Go anywhere, do anything. Do a job for somebody, they give you $250. Look at a rock on a planet, $20,000. All right. You have an entire 2,000 point ogre army to paint for Warhammer Fantasy by the 10th. Thoughts and prayers. I hope it works out. Tell you what, I'll put, I'll do some streams. If you could paint to a stream, how about that?
What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
Walks into a hospital. Are these people sick?
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
I could help, though.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets.
They do
Mira,
not.
the VI for Peak 15?
Unquestionably,
She handles the
they do
safety
not.
protocols for our experiments here.
I fixed her. I can fix her.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
Quotes, good job.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature, but there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You made this but can't cure it. Don't you people take notes?
Don't you people
Our
have
first
phones?
priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I can be pretty persuasive.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Same. Sick scientist. Good dialogue.
This system is online and ready to provide emergency services.
Think you could run that equipment for us?
Certainly, Commander. One moment, please.
Alright, Doc, do me up. I'm ready. Ung.
Yes?
Talk to you
I
later.
hope you can do something.
Nice. Alright, I'm out. Out of here. To be fair, you do have to have a thing before you can have antidote to the thing. That is usually true. I don't know much about this kind of science, especially future science. But usually that's the order of operations. Sleeping chambers. I believe this is called thing science. Yeah. It's a branch of science, a school. Hanolar, do you perform thing science? There's the guard. Time to loot.
Okay, this one will get you. How can you tell?
Alright, Hanola.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean the aliens?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
Oh, good work. First time chatter. Die Bruderschaft von Node. Hey, is this game worth to play again? Played the Legendary Edition once and chose Tali as romance, but Jack was also nice. Right now I'm playing Mass Effect 1. It's better than I remember it. I remembered 1 being kind of goofy and simple in a way, but still enjoying it. And that's sort of how it is, but, you know, controlling the Mako and some of the gameplay, it isn't as goofy as I remember it. I'm enjoying myself. Haven't played through 2 yet, but I will. The last time I played these games, geez, 10 years ago, maybe more. So far I liked it. Also based Tali Enjoyer, welcome.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
Where did they come from?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
Base Han Olar.
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane?
God, am I sane?
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
I can't argue.
I heard you were at the Hot Labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed
Man, I hope these hot labs are as hot
Who?
as they are cracking up to be.
We were going to lunch.
Alien eggs? I'm kind of yoked to you.
I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors.
That might be my favorite quote so far from the game, actually.
Then they sliced her to pieces.
God, am I sane?
Like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Well, that's true.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the Hot Labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
Alright, thanks for your
I'll
help.
be leaving now.
Coolest Volus I've met so far. You're alright, kid.
You're not part of the crew.
No, I'm a Spectre, let me in.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre, sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
God damn it. Don't you people read the news? It recently happened, okay? It recently... Alright, maintenance door. And we're going back. Which class do you play? Vanguard. I'm pretty confident that... the class you play in Mass Effect 1 isn't terrifically important. You know? Like, pistols are overpowered, and just get, like, lift or something, and barrier somehow. And you can choose, like, just about any class and you'll be fine. In Mass Effect 2, and then especially later in 3, your gameplay choices and classes and stuff matter a lot more. And have a higher fun ceiling, I guess you could say. Did I go to the bunk bed area yet? This one. Doesn't look like I did because there is something to loot. Oops. That one was troublesome. You like heavy armor, so you always go soldier. Yeah, I was distressed, or I was disappointed to learn that I couldn't take heavy armor as a Vanguard. I too appreciate the heaviest of armors, and looking big, and all that. You like sniper? That's what I did for the first, like, 5 hours of the game, maybe. Because, like, all your weapons are completely terrible, you don't have any points in anything, and everybody does a shitload of damage to you, and so I just, like, you know, hid behind stuff and sniped people with a sniper rifle. But then when I started to get points and bought, like, a pistol that wasn't crap, it kind of took off.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
Let me risk it.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra Medigel.
Yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you.
Sure thing.
I'll run a full scan before I'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
Thank you, bald man.
You and me both.
I like that guy. I hope he doesn't randomly die in a cutscene. Wait, that's to the medbay. Good luck, Captain Ventralis.
Warning, Watchdog protocol is active.
Never forget. Always remember each time. We're already fighting. Was I not supposed to do that? I was not supposed to do that. Reload. I thought that was the way. I thought they were letting me in. Okay. Sorry I blew up. Look, I just got turned around a little bit. I'm not good with directions. It's one of these ways. Maybe this one. Holly is so excited. There's so much science here. Okay, we're back here, which is where I wanted to be. And then guard will let us in.
What do you want? I have Ventralis's permission to go in there. Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out.
Yeah.
You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Seems okay so far. We've isolated 4 chemicals that can be combined to counteract the toxin. They must be mixed in precise quantities. As each chemical is poured, the equipment will mark the minimum and maximum amount that will work. Too little or too much will spoil the result. Oh, a mini game where I create a cure? Hold up, let me just loot this chest real quick. Start mixing. Oh, I just have to click in between the triangles. That was
Your mission ends here.
too easy.
I thought she seemed odd.
Yeah, she did seem odd, didn't she? You work for the matriarch.
You're a sleeper agent for Benezia.
I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
I thought you were ordered to kill me. And yet here you are. Dead. Sleeper agent? Yeah, we put her to sleep. Whoops. Alright, I swear I'm not infected or whatever.
She killed the guard, Shepard, just for being in her way.
She killed the guard. He was the guy who kinda didn't like me. Poor man.
They came out of there.
The Geff.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Benezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
Anyway, this guy's been pretty helpful. Good work, buddy. Dr. Something. The big sleep. Hopefully she didn't do anything else besides kill the poor guard. Also, some guard. L ratio, etc. Medical Mr. Cohen. Have I got a deal for you?
Is that the cure? You did it?
You set me up. Here it is.
I think so. It was hard to concentrate while dodging gunfire.
You were attacked? I don't know anything about that. I hate conflict. I've never even fired anyone. I have my receptionist do it. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
Did you make the cure?
Area, yes. Take my pass, but
I
there's
think
just
so.
snow back there. Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliche. You saved their lives, do you know that?
That's my duty.
That's what I'm here for. Forget about it.
I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Nice. Alright, so now I have access to the place. I will start injecting these people right away with the cure that some guy made. Alright, still can't go in there. Oop, almost fall through the world. But we're safe. Yo, outside? Okay. Any treasure? No, okay. What's this? Stuff.
Warning. Watchdog protocol is active.
What? Oh, maybe that doubles back to the place that they shoot you if you go into. So maybe I'm supposed to go this way first. There she is. Matriarch Benezia. My queen. Sadly, Mass Effect Andromeda got no remaster. You can't remaster it if it never was a master in the first place.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother.
I
There
don't,
is
you're right.
power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
You do not know the joy of not being insane. That's not why Liara's here. She's easy on the eyes, and she's just always in my party. Also, her armor looks cool.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told him about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
I guess you won't be negotiating.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should
Jesus.
have been stricter with her.
Are we fighting? Oh, I'm cutscene cheat coded? Come on. Let me fight him. Do that. You become immune to everything. And then I'll just start shooting her, I guess. Marksman. You know, I haven't fought an Asari commando unit before, but turns out when you shoot them, they go down. Oh, my shit's jammed. Yeah, they are stronger in ME2 for sure. Jesus Christ.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will... You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed
because I've almost
my mind
lost.
away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
Indoctrination. Lolly Lulelo.
So you could turn on me again.
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
Sovereign's not like other ships. Where did it come from?
I cannot say. The Geth did not build it. Its technology is far more advanced than that of any known species.
The Reapers.
The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay.
Cool.
It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space.
Well, that's true.
Particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Give it to me.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
Why does Saren need the new relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
How did the Rachni find it?
Cool story, bro.
They
Yeah.
searched patiently. They are
Ah, yes,
territorial creatures
his
driven to
flagship.
close any possible way into their systems.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Take this SSD.
Knowing the relays.
It's an M.2 though, so if you put it in slot 1, it might screw with your PCIe channels, so
Saren wouldn't tell
make sure to
me
put it
his
in 2 or 3.
destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother, don't leave. Fight him.
You must fight him.
You've always made me proud, Liara.
Now die. I am frozen. Oh. Overload. Singularity. Okay, hold up. I'm a little tired on the ground there. Alright. Got him. Okay, so half the fight was being CC'd and I couldn't move, and then we just headshot. You have to stay with us.
Hold on. We've got Metagel. Maybe we can...
No.
We've got
He is still in
Metagel.
my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again.
Mother.
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light.
We could put her in
They
cryo.
always said there would be a...
Well, she's in a type of cryo. Who's that person on the ground? What is happening? They're getting up. Don't I have a team who's watching my back? Stop looking at that bug, Shepard. Jesus. Shoot her.
This one serves as our
Okay, maybe don't shoot her.
voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Tali and Liara on their iPhones. Yeah, eating a hot chip. Fucking lying. Not watching my back. Anyway, this is actually really cool. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless. Why aren't you dead?
Musics? What?
Your way of communicating is strange. Flat. It does
Big
not
flats?
color the air. When we speak, one moves all. We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
In song Cyberpunk with 80 to 90 MBS is great. Oof. Good internet, imagine. I recently played through Cyberpunk again, like a month ago. Shit was actually awesome. It was so sick. I kinda can't wait for the DLC to come out, so that I can play it 2 months from when it comes out once they fix all the bugs, probably. Because Cyberpunk, great game, but yeesh, did it have the bugs.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings.
Touchings
and the
of
other
thought.
understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have
She
no
was
names
weak
for,
to urging?
but
Alright.
she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
I'll do as you ask. I'll kill them cheerfully, Jesus.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
Look, those tanks? Acid. Strong enough to kill anything, no matter its biology. They wouldn't have installed that if they weren't afraid of the consequences of her getting loose.
True,
They made a
Talia.
mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place
Double
to teach
dark
our children
shadows.
harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
The singing planet. You die here. And not this fucking acid. By my hand.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew?
Yes.
We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
They do remember, too. Big bug queen. And then he just does the acid like he was fucking with her. He gives her the fucking smirk. If this was that type of game, it would have a little chat message that says, like, the Rachni have remembered that. Wait, is this the way out? Is there no other exits? Just a quick sweep. Just a quick sweep for some treasure, if you'll indulge me. No treasure? Then again, wasn't the treasure the huge bug queens we released along the way, right? Enemies that way. Wait, that's the tram. So I could just go back, but there's enemies here. Hot labs. Coming through. I think we've been here already. I'm just like making sure. Your reward comes in 3 as a war effort resource. Yeah, fucking words on a page. Kind of disappointing, but at least they did. I guess. Yaroslav Tarkovsky.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg.
I probably should have talked to this guy earlier before beating that other part.
This was Rachni ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
1,000-year-old.
In which case, we kind of know all this already.
After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. I am thinking that these Rachni are beyond saving.
Once the
Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
That being said, there's so many mods for Mass Effect 3. I wouldn't be surprised that a whole bunch of extra shit was added for that.
Access to the facility and am at your disposal.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable material. Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
We would be wise to avoid touching any controls without reading the instructions.
True,
That is
Liara.
advisable for all systems within this facility.
We're moving on.
Logging you out,
I have a question. Does that kill the queen that I just released if I do the neutron purge, or is the neutron purge a thing that I'm supposed to do before I leave? I wonder. You let the queen you were talking about free? I did too just now. Yeah, I let the queen free. But if I do the purge, does she die anyway? Or does this just kill all the other ones that are all over the place? I think this kills all the other ones.
How can I help you?
So I quick saved, and I'm going to initiate the
Activate
purge.
neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Who would have the code?
Director of Operations, Yaroslav Tarkovsky.
Okay,
We're moving on.
We'll get him from
Logging
him.
you out, Commander.
Mumble something. Fuhugagwats.
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
You were just saying? What do I do with the key? This is no time for distractions. Oh, you're dead. You know, if I hadn't talked to that guy one more time, he would still be alive forever. I'll take that key, though. Sorry, buddy.
Online.
Initiate the purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
I have the code.
Code input 875-020-079. Code Omega. Local execution.
Code Omega.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Why did they have to call it Code Omega lol? I should choose an AoE next time, huh? Do this. You do that. And I'll do... nothing yet. I guess I'll do this. Those things only run into you, at least. Look at the screen. Look at my map. We got some alien mini-map going on here. Anyway, we gotta make a break for it. You can do a Liara warp to bring them all together. Yeah, but I targeted one too close, so it only got 2 of them. We're getting out of here. Get to the tram. No, just peacefully drive away. Explosions behind us, like the action heroes that we are.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Did the bugs turn on everyone after you freed them? No, so the queen was sane. God, is she sane. So the queen was sane. We freed her. All of her children, insane, because of doctors. And so she's like, you should kill all my insane children, because they're just murderous now. But thanks for freeing me, I won't forget it. And the Rachni really don't forget it in the next few games. And so we initiated the Neutron Purge, codename Omega Lol, and it killed all the other ones. God, am I sane? Not so fast. No, there's no point. Why do you even give me a choice?
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the commander resign when I wasn't looking?
For the record, Williams, Liara outranks you. You need to calm down. Look at him, he's just steaming.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
I don't think you are. Don't let it happen again.
We're done here. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Sure.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
You want me to guess? They won't. She told me they won't, and I just believed her. Williams never survives Vermeer for you. There's a reason her name is Ash. Lee. Is this the sort of game where we should have a calm down count? No, I don't think so. We do say calm down a few times, but it's nothing like a commotion count.
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. Our children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Miss Williams, Commander, we need to talk. If we do not resolve this situation now, I am afraid things might become awkward.
Oh, sure, what's up?
Awkward, huh?
I hope we can keep this civilized. I do not want things to become unpleasant.
Because it's been so pleasant between us lately. Look, somebody in this room needs to make a choice. It ain't me, and it ain't you.
What's going on? Did you just complete the Rachni mission? Yes, I did, Muadank. Should I not have done it yet? Did I fuck something up?
Maybe we should try to work this out.
I think we must. I may not know much about human relationships, but I understand the concept of jealousy.
Oh, damn.
Jealous? Of you? You're not even our species.
Perhaps that is why you feel threatened. I am a rival unlike any you have faced before. Hostility is a common reaction to the unfamiliar.
Doctor, you keep smartassing me, I'll show you what my hostile reaction is like.
You know, Ashley tried to hit on me and I, like, hard passed. Like, I turned her down. So I don't know where this jealousy is coming from. Catfight, woo! Alright, everybody calm down.
Both of you, settle down. We can handle this like mature adults.
This is stupid. We're not married, Shepard. You want to get involved with some alien? Go ahead. It's none of my business.
What do you mean we're not married? You asked if I was interested in you earlier in this game, and I said no. I wonder why I'm getting this scene. Can't I have you both? The Ash.
I never meant for you to get hurt. But Liara's the one I really care about.
Also, I didn't even... This is weird.
Hey,
I chose all the
brothers,
dialogue
right?
options that said no.
You two will be happy together. If you don't mind, I need to clean my gear.
I feel bad for her, Shepard. I hope she'll be okay.
Have both, like Geralt of Riviera. Yeah, Riviera. You thought we have never shown any affection to her? We didn't. I mean, after every mission I'd go back and talk to her, but like, there was one specific point I remember and she's like, "Are you interested in me?" And I'm like, "No." Like the bottom right option, like the hard pass. And she just actually plowed through it, now that I recall. She's like, "Oh, it's just because you're on duty." I'm like, "It's not because I'm on duty. I don't like you." But I don't know. Game flagged the scene by mistake. Perhaps. Maybe it has something to do with a mod. She just needs some time.
Ash is pretty tough. She'll be fine.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry you were put in this position, but I'm glad you chose me. I don't believe we should continue.
I mean, weird, racist, super religious,
you know where to find me if you want to have a more
human or blue alien. I mean, is this even... Truly, there wasn't even a choice. It was just nothing. I'm glad you chose me, bro. There was no choice. You had me at blue. Mass Effect has any mods for harem romances? Yes, but only in 2 and 3, not in 1, as far as I saw. And I have those mods. We got to get all the story because we care about plot and story on this channel. Therefore, the harem mod is simply the completionist route, right? My hands are tied. I play for the plot, alright? The basic-ass human romance options need to understand no one is picking them. I could, like, it's possible. I could imagine myself picking a human if they were, like, pickable. But unfortunately, it's the double down, right? They doubled up. It's like basic human in a game where you can fuck aliens, and then also like a not attractive, kind of weird person clashes with me in every way. Just not interesting, you know? So it's the double up. Humans are boring. Look, Shepard is a human, and he's interesting. Femme Shep is a human. She's interesting. You could do it. It's possible.
She brought it upon herself.
Yeah, forget about it.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, at least make him a wizard or something. True.
She was, but she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say.
You don't consider Shep interesting? I mean,
your concern, but I am
okay,
fine.
you're not entirely
Benezia
wrong.
chose
Okay.
her path, just as I have chosen mine.
But still,
I
you can
am with
imagine a
until the end,
possibility where they are.
I like talking with you, Liara, no matter what the subject.
You have been very understanding with me, Shepard. Very patient. I appreciate that. I know there are some strange beliefs about my people. I am familiar with the legend of Asari promiscuity.
I am not. What? This is news to me.
When one of my people joins with an individual from another species, it is a very deep and spiritual exchange. We do not enter lightly into a union.
I did not know about these rumors, but I am intrigued. Have you seen Shepard's dance move? Yes, I have seen it, yeah. Can you romance the Rachni Queen? Definitely not. But surely someone has made a mod, right? Although I don't know if it's the kind of mod you would find on Nexus mods. I think that's in the deep, deep web. I mean, if everyone around you can do stuff and your thing is gun only, you're technically not boring because you are, in a sense, unique. Yeah, that's true. There is that, right? Like, why do people play Cities of Sigmar when everything in Age of Sigmar is crazy fantastical? Because there is a charm to playing the normal person who's just fucking amazing. Like, you're just so skilled, right? You're normal. Everybody else is gods and wizards and demons and stuff. And you're like some dude, but you're so good that you can hang. And that has a charm to it. I understand that charm. Liara feels like the default pick, not gonna lie. Yeah, especially in this game. You hook up with Miranda, you cannot resist. You know, there was a mod to re-add all the camera angles for Miranda, and I think possibly other characters. I installed it. Because we care about authenticity, no changes, right? When you do a remake, no changes. Really no other reason but integrity. But I have that mod. What about the age difference? I mean, statistically speaking, she's, if we go by percentage of lifespan, she's technically younger than me. So, I mean, you know, it's really, it's... FBI, open up! Alright. Spiritual exchange.
Make it sound almost mystical.
A true union goes far beyond an ordinary melding. It is a connection that transcends the physical universe. Two become one. Thoughts and senses merge, identities intertwine. Memories and emotions weave themselves together, becoming entangled in a single, rapturous whole. It is unlike any other experience.
Enough. I can only get so erect.
It can be a truly life-changing event.
I actually don't care about the age difference, but let's see what she has to say.
You Asari can live for 1,000 years. What happens?
Oh, he's talking about that. Okay.
Some unions are a single encounter between two willing individuals, but there are cases where an Asari and her partner choose to remain.
I mean, then the partner just dies,
when that
right?
happens, we do not
That's how it
focus
is.
on the inevitable loss. Instead, we
Yeah.
enjoy the time we are
You know,
given.
they're well adjusted about it.
And even after a partner has passed on, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection
Transcending
that
both
transcends
time
and space.
and space. Transcending history and the world. A tale of aliens and shepherds. Eternally retold.
It sounds amazing.
Sounds weird.
You saying-
I'm in.
No. Oh, no. I am not very good at this, am I? I'm sorry, Shepard. I am trying to explain why I have been so reserved. The Union is more than just sex. It is the lifeblood of my species, the way we Asari evolve and grow as a society.
Yeah. A hero desires Asari, and an Asari desires the D.
That is why
I mean,
we must
truth.
choose our partners with great care.
We can edit that, right? Hey, there's no rush. You're only 150.
I want you to be absolutely sure about this, Liara.
I am only 106, barely an adult by Asari standards, and I spend most of my time absorbed in my research. I never really thought about it. Not until I met you. You are very special to me, Shepard. But with all that's happened, Saren, the Geth, the Reapers, I do not know if we are ready for this.
Oh, okay, question. Say you get a chance with an alien woman? Yes, the answer is yes. I don't even need to keep reading. But I will. But she tells you that she is 5 years... Jesus Christ. You trapped me. You tricked me. And now... FBI, open up! Officer, I didn't read the whole paragraph. I'm just like... I just like get onto the floor face down. Officer, I didn't read the whole paragraph. He had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, and then this paragraph is an emotional roller coaster. Hold on. But the planet she came from, 1 year is 10 Earth years, so she's actually 50. This is a roller coaster of emotions I'm on right now. I need more information. I just need more information from this. We are leaving out key details. There's nothing I can say here that will save me. Are they considered mature for their species? Sure, I guess it's that, right? It's gotta be. Are they considered mature for their, like, we need a lot more details. And I feel like even asking those details is a little sus. Yeah, this one right here, officer. Twitch.tv/Heywoah right here. You know he's home. This is like the 1,000-year-old lolly vampire from the anime. Yeah. I don't really go in for the lolly stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm not attracted to children. And I'm not even attracted to stuff that looks like children. It ain't me. So, no. At that point, it has nothing really to do with how the person is maybe 1,000 years old. It's just like, you look like a child, I'm sorry. It's weird. Okay, but now, what if they look like a mature adult? Okay. Your Honor, I ask this line of questioning to be stricken from the court, and I'm going to tell Liara that I understand.
These are dark times, Liara. Maybe once all this is over.
I'm glad you understand, Shepard. There is too much.
Counsel, is it true that you responded to that paragraph with Hoggy's alien nussy? Can you describe to the court exactly what that sentence means? I'll just plead guilty, Your Honor, please. I'll just plead guilty.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
You believe adult lollies are called short stack? Short stack is when you are very short and yet you are very curvaceous. It doesn't have to have anything to do with lolly.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I should go. You know, Shepard, I should just take your advice every once in a while. I should go. Goblins and gnomes are short stacks? Yeah, and I'm totally uninterested in goblins and gnomes, so I think I'm safe. Yeah. I'm not about it. No thank you.
Anything you need, Commander?
Do you solemnly swear that Tali is your real waifu? Yes, I do, Judge. Not guilty.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
What if it's an alien from a planet full of 40-year-old office women? Then what do you do? I'm going in on foot. The judge declares you not guilty because he too enjoys, yeah.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Ever thought about going back under the knife? Maybe get an upgrade?
No thanks, Commander. One slip and you can't remember your own name. The L2s spike higher anyway. My abilities would drop with pain-free L3s.
Oh, word? I didn't know that.
All day before I turn myself over to a Canadic subsidiary.
Tell me about
Got
it.
a story there, Olenko?
You know the records about the biotic trading out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Canadics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Canadics...
Reminds me of that meme where they're like, Your Honor, my client could not have possibly committed the murder because he was at home the entire evening. That's his alibi. I submit as evidence his internet browser history from that evening. I'll just plead guilty to murder. Thank you. No need to submit that to the court.
I'm sure Canadics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander.
It's Raiden, big plays, Pachinko. Yep.
We'll talk another time.
Goodbye.
Commander?
Poor guy. Ooh, another locker. Let's go. Gimme. Oh, Unky Rex, tell me a story. Let's listen to another one of Rex's stories. Surely he has one after a big mission.
Shepard?
He doesn't? Okay.
Rex?
Hey, good talk. Thanks. Always like talking to you.
Commander, good to see you.
Oh, that's it? Alright. Williams.
Commander?
See ya.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
She mad. Dolly.
Hey, Shepard. Do you need something?
Nope. Okay.
I should go.
We're all up to date.
See you later.
I invite her to die mad. Don't lead. I didn't lead a woman on. I didn't. there was a dialogue option where she's like, Shepard, I'm interested in you. I want 100,000 racist babies as fast as I can. Also, after we get married, I demand you just leave and go to space and let, my daughters raise each other or whatever. I'm like, I am not interested. I chose the bottom right option, the hard pass, ma'am. And she's like, it's just because you're on duty and there's a regulation against flirting with... No, you don't understand. I am not interested. And then later she's like, I'm jealous of Liara because she's a hot blue alien and I'm boring. And I'm like, all right. You seem to think there's something happening here. There is not. Yet. Citadel? Top priority clearance? Patch it through.
I'll take it in the comm room.
Ashley believes in QAnon? I don't know. Oh wait, I have to go into the special room. Is there an option to shoot Ashley out of the missile bay? Fancy you should say that. I mean, no spoilers, but there's a very important decision you have to make at the end of this game, and it's going to weigh heavily on your heart. And also there's a reason why she's called Ashley.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
A word? Talk to me.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel's space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
Now, to be clear, Raiden Big Place Pachinko is also kind of a over-serious, dour, kind of whiny, quiet guy, whomst I just kind of don't like. But there's a worse option.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications.
Okay.
But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard.
Vermeer, eh?
If we learn anything else.
Now, why does that ring a bell? Vermeer. Oh well. Must be nothing. Vermeer, Feros, Anomaly. Let's do a side quest, shall we? Yo, 2 side quests? Alright, I'm in. And away we go. Massive relay. I probably searched these planets already. No, let's survey. Light metal. From Grossologen. And then Farta Hall. And I'm in ya, which sounds like a joke name during a phone call. People save Ashley 60% of the time compared to Kaiden, according to some official Twitter post. I think, to me, that makes sense, because the average person has no taste. So, yeah, that makes sense. Full waifu party. because in a vacuum, people will save a woman instead of a man, and they will leave a man to die. Probably, just psychologically speaking. If all else is equal or you don't know anything, you have the man die and you have the woman live. Fucking patriarchy, am I right? Kaiden's really nice, but he's boring. Yeah, he's like quietly suffering, which is really too bad. And it takes a lot to break through his shell. He's got some problems. He would sacrifice himself for another? Yeah, without a second thought, I think. Those level 2 implants. Yo, I think that was it. That might have been the last one. No, it's heavy metals, not rare earths. Okay. I need one heavy metal. A single heavy metal, and then I'm done with that quest. Big. Next. Like the movie Heavy Metal? Yeah. You know, I bet that movie really sucked. But, I definitely watched it. And it was so sick back in the day. But I bet it was really bad, actually. We did it. That is it. I don't even know what happens when we do that, but we did it. Anyway, time to level up. Master lifter at last. Shepard is a master lifter. The master lift. So now, I think there's only 5 more. I think 30 is the max level in this game. So, we gotta plan our next few points, because we're running out. Max pistols. Don't need any other weapons. This increases weapon damage by a little bit. And melee damage, even though I don't think I've ever physically hit anything. Throw is like lift, only worse. Warp is kind of neat, but I wouldn't use warp unless I'm like out of everything else. And I can have party members for warp. I don't ever use intimidate, really. Spectra training. Damage and duration of all powers. Increase health and accuracy. And then, like, resurrect my party. Yeah, maybe I'll finish out Spectre training. Just, we're role-playing a little bit. I'm a good Spectre, right? So I'll do that. And we'll just capstone this off for the last 5 levels. Liara T. Sunny. She's a master lifter and a warper. Singularity OP, barrier. Max first aid, and a Lari scientist. I mean, electronics ain't half bad. Stasis doesn't seem very good. I could, I suppose, get advanced throw if I really cared, but yeah, maybe we just get our electronics just for another ability to possibly use, I guess. Now let's warp. Let's master warp. And Tali. The max hacks. Having somebody with max hacks is pretty good. Alright. Big save. Spine of the Knight is much more pleasant. You want to say his appearance in 3 was full of little surprises, but you only played the campaign once. I only played 3 once too. And I was like super disappointed. Everybody was super disappointed. Maybe it's not as bad as people thought back in the day. Or maybe a whole bunch of mods can fix it. I'm kind of Looking forward to see. I'm interested in whether or not that's the case. I remember liking 2 a lot. I played 2 like a million times when it came out. Like, ooh, I'm gonna play through with this. This is the relationship this time. I'm gonna be a renegade this time. I'm gonna be a paragon this time, you know. I'm gonna romance Jack this time. I'm gonna romance the vampire lady that kills you this time. And it's just game over, actually. She kills you. But it was worth it. So on and so forth. More Matriarch's writings. Jack was your ME2 crush? She was a good one. Most of the relationships were good in 2. Except for Party Boat. Didn't care for that one. Party Boat was weird. I did not like it. But maybe it just wasn't for me. There's a lot of different types of relationships you can have in ME2. Party Boat was kind of cringy, and he cheats on you in between 2 and 3. So fuck that guy. Party Boat? The... Jacob. Sorry. Party Boat is what everyone not, arguably not affectionately named him. Mr. Chest Abs, and basically nothing else redeeming, and also cheater. Who do you have lined up for your next DDS game? Some writer from Goonhammer wanted to play against me, which is a website that does Age of Sigmar articles. I don't think I have gone to, I don't think I've gone to it, but yeah, I think it's a famous website maybe about Age of Sigmar or maybe Warhammer. And they're like a writer for the website, and they're like, hey, can we play AOS on stream? I'm like, sure. And so I think that's Monday, maybe Wednesday. I'm gonna line Vince up as well. No, B Timmy is Monday. This is why I don't do schedules. I think B Timmy is Monday, actually. Because I wanted to play against New KO, because I heard it's good. And fun. And he plays KO. He's dead. Whoops. I'm struggling. I'm losing my edge. There we go. Kelly, the comments tech, you think was the surprising crush? Kelly was fun. They you know, they do her dirty, kinda, because of scale itch subplot. They do my girl Kelly dirty. She's a fun flame. If it can explode, we shoot it so it explodes. This is the rule. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Also loot. Should I be shooting those? Maybe, maybe not. If you're ever short on opponents, GW kind of fucked all your lists with their points increases. Oh. But you got some to test again? Good. You know, I bet I'm going to get to this console and it's going to be like, this place is infested with red orbs. Whatever you do, don't shoot them because every one that you shoot, a person dies somewhere.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Lieutenant Marie Durand, 314th Infantry, Alliance 10th Frontier Division. The listening post has been overrun by unidentified hostile life forms. Request immediate extraction.
Okay, we're good.
According to this, they received a supply ship just 2 days ago. The Rachni must have attacked since then.
I don't like this.
Tell me about that supply ship. This planet is supposed to be uninhabited.
Kelly can live, but my god, does Bioware keep trying to kill her? True, yeah.
These things are drones dispatched.
I gotta look up how to make sure she lives, because we have to do the perfect playthrough,
The
obviously.
likelihood of tracking. I have it. This one came from Argos Row.
Wherever it is, there's probably more Rachni there. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Very well, Shepard.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Very well, Shepard. The Rachni infestation on Al-D seems to be the result of a supply drop from Argus Row. The logs downloaded from the freighter should allow you to backtrack the ship's course to its origin. And the casual 77,000 burgers, not bad. Wait, I still have an exclamation point there. Does that mean quest not complete? Are we not following a guide? I haven't been. When I don't know what to do, I look it up, which has happened twice. But I'm not following a guide, really. I mean, normally, for waifu games, you gotta follow the guide, otherwise you miss fucking everything. Because it's either like a time management simulator that you'd need a spreadsheet to figure out yourself, or they just don't tell you shit and secretly you lose. But this one only has a little bit of that, as it pertains to like who lives and dies sometimes. Particularly Kelly, she's very easy. Heh. And also, she's very easy to get killed. You know, I saw a Mass Effect mod that puts no cooldown on these thrusters, and I almost downloaded it. Because over the time it takes me to beat this game, I bet it saves like a half an hour real time. Oh, I should not have shot so early. There we go. Kelly lives if you go to the end of the game without doing more than 2 side missions after the crew gets captured. Is that it? That's all? There's no second thing? Interesting. Well, that shouldn't be that bad, because I plan on doing every side quest in the whole game before even triggering the crew gets captured thing. Ideally, right? It's tired. You're done when I say you're done. You did it on accident the first time you played by being a fiend for side content? Yeah. Oh, nice. Got some Tony Hawk moves a little bit here. Yeah, the crew always gets captured. That's 100%. You have to tell her to change her name or she gets killed? What? And the universe just wants that woman dead. I thought there was a time component to it as well. Like if you beat some mission fast enough to succeed, but not fast enough to do something, then she dies. I thought there was something like that as well. Erebus, Signs of Battle, and data. Okay, so these are just like collect stuff. Listening Post Alpha. Erebus System. There we go. Beryllian data discs, nice. Chofin. Heavy metal. Dark metal. Nepmos. The most Nep. The planet of Hyper Neptunia. You're still driving through Denver? Hey, please enjoy the stream, I guess. It's just something to have on. Also, try not to crash while typing and driving. Hopefully you're doing it from text to speech. If you crash and die on your way to Denver, you can't give me $5 next month. So I care about you. And be safe. Yeah, or well stopped. Well stopped is fine. Oh, the pods. They're coming in from all sides. They got us surrounded. Can I just run them over? I can and I will. Got him. Anything to click on? Nope. Unless it's autopay, and then even in death, he still pays. Yeah. Even in death, I still sub. Oh dear. We're good. suppose I don't need to collect those anymore because I finished the quest, but money. And I probably have more money than I need for the rest of the game, but I like completing stuff. Just leave me alone. What do we have here? It appears these particle bores were shut down after breaking through into tunnels just below the surface. The shacks and equipment are stenciled with the logo of the Tenkara Mining Consortium. There's no trace of the mining crew. Okay. Put it in the will that your children have to pay. It's not fair to transfer your debts to your children. But, you know, maybe they'll like my stuff. Oh no. Can I free my... I've freed myself. Easy. You know, maybe I should get that mod for unlimited jet. There's also a mod that gets rid of the screen shake from this thing being in turbo mode. So there's like a... Surely there's a mod that increases it, that improves its handling, maybe. I don't know. But it's interesting that they decided to make it less visually and auditorily annoying first. Money. You're using it, you don't know how to compare it. Does it make it have no cooldown? Because I have the button pressed down all the way. And it's just, you know, turning on, turning off, turning on, turning off. I'll save you. Wonder if these guys keep coming, or if it's a scripted event and they stop. Scripted.
First Lieutenant Durand, sir. 3rd Brigade, 14th Infantry Regiment, and I am damn glad to see you.
We're here to help.
We heard you needed some backup.
Actually, we need to get the hell out of here. But I guess your ship couldn't carry us all. They
There's
dropped us
plenty
here a
of
few
room in
months
my
back.
ship.
We get supplies every couple weeks. We didn't see anything local that was more dangerous than lichen. Yesterday, these animals started coming out of the ground. No idea where they're from. This is what's left out of 90 men. I'm the ranking officer.
We do have a ship in orbit. We could bombard them.
Wouldn't do much good. They're moving around deep underground. The only time they come near the
Deep
surface, and they're right on our
underground.
position. You bombard them, you take us out too.
Why are you out here in the first place?
There's been a lot of pirate activity in this cluster.
Is this like a remaster? Yeah, it's the Legendary Edition, which is like a remaster.
In case they have a staging base.
They're called Rachni. You get a supply ship in recently?
Yeah, but that was an Alliance ship, Commander. I mean, it was a drone, running on automatics. But what...
This isn't the first time we've seen this. Will your unit be alright here?
What we just fought was a probe. Our seismic sensors are picking up a crapload more on their way up from underground. We've got 5 minutes, tops. We might be able to hold them off if we were at peak, but you can see the fighting's busted this place up.
We'll help.
Do what you can
We'll
to
help
secure
ya.
your position. We'll see if we can get some of your defenses operational.
Most fun ability in the game is definitely lift. I have determined that, yeah. Through trial and error,
Cool magazines and
I
grenades.
discovered that,
Take a leak and a drink while you can. And if anyone wants a smoke, it's as good a time as any.
Oh, is there? Alright, I'll be right back. Getting a smoke. Leave it hooked up. Any treasure? Anyway, lift is OP. It just is. But that's fine. It's okay to be overpowered. Single player game. That's why my entire party has lift, basically. Just everybody lifting. Shit's good. Quick save complete. Is there something I have to do to these guns, maybe? No. I'm helping. ME2 is the best one? Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember liking 2 a great deal and playing it like a million times. I played 1 probably just once. Okay, I should have been paying attention. What am I exactly supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do to these people again?
We'll hold.
You'll just hold and I leave? That's fine.
I say we get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I do too.
I say we get the hell out of here.
True. Man, the whole like connected thing, it feels like I should be going somewhere and doing something, right? I think you just kill all the swarms. I really have to... Okay. I thought maybe they lasted forever and they just kept coming, but... Perhaps, I just have to shoot them all. Maybe we just have to shoot them. And it's like 4 waves or 3 waves or something. I probably shouldn't have parked the Mako right there. That was my bad. What's the name of the quest? It's not a quest, it's just a place on this map. I mean, maybe it's a quest, but... Actually, it is a quest. Hold up. I can just look at it after this wave. Yeah, just listening post alpha. Doesn't say another wave's coming. That's good.
Holy hell, sir.
All right.
Talk about a near-run thing. You all right?
How are you?
Never mind me. Are you all right?
Still on my feet. But we've been fighting for almost 26 hours straight. None of us will be standing for long.
Ma'am, we're getting a signal from one of the ground scan UAVs. A big hollow space about 500 meters under the surface.
Right. That must be it. That must be where they're coming from. My people aren't in any condition for a clearing operation, though.
We'll take care of it.
Just point us in the right direction.
You don't have to do that, Commander. We've bled them. We can probably hold until a bigger ship arrives to get us off-world. If you want to take a throw at it, we'll give you the coordinates. But it's your call. You saved our asses, Commander.
Do it.
Thanks.
Okay, it was just 3 waves. It took a while, but... Disconnect the Mako, get in it, realize it's at 1 HP and I only got lucky. And then start repairing. Yep, it was at 1 HP. Better lucky than good. Arachne-infested mine. That's where we're going next. In retrospect, that was a poor place to park it, but how was I supposed to know there was a 3-wave fight with a Alliance rocket launcher that would always be hitting the truck every time? More repairing. I guess I don't really need to repair, since probably the Mako is not getting shot anymore. I seem to remember a part of the game that needs you to have like 200 Omnigel for some reason. Maybe that's at Mass Effect 2 though. It's a rune with a view. Straight into some Mako action. Yeah, true. However, we are just about to park. We got some Arachni to take out. You think it's to skip a story? Important lock. Okay, that must be the reactor on Base Camp 15 in the super freezy science base mountain place. And that one was 100. But I managed to solve the puzzle, so we're good. Maybe we're fine. If it can explode, we shoot it. Those are the rules. Let me in. Ollie, please. Okay. I'll just go around it. It might be the Liara Shadow Borker DLC where they reference it. Oh, maybe. Yo, hold up. Please die. Oh, it doesn't go through the thing. Okay. I've learned. Tully Bay, Voss Normandy. Not yet. Alright, big treasure. I'm gonna run out of metagel. Hold up. There we go. $77,000 off of one mob, regen OP, yeah. I mean, if it's in between combats anyway, we gotta regen, right? You will do that. You will singularity. And I will warp. Records of the Rachni Wars suggest brood warriors, the male-gendered Rachni, only fight when a hive is severely pressed. It's safe to say you've eliminated the Rachni on Nepmos. On Nepmos.
I'm better now.
Simply the most Nep. Most Nep? No, we're talking most Nep. Like, that's the planet, most Nep. Like hyperdimension Neptunia. Although I don't know what that is. I just heard the word on some forum somewhere. Alright, we did it. Now the final pile of stuff. Reminds you of the Dark Souls Sun Princess ring where you can spam equip and unequip and it regens at 2 HP at a time. That's fun. I like weird stuff like that in my RPGs. Even if it might be a little annoying for the menuing. Whoops. Oh no. The struggle. Not normally that bad at those. Rear thrusters are cheating on the Mako. Do you mean with, like, having a mod that does that, or just in general? Hazard seals. Exoskeleton. You know, I might just keep the medical. Let's just keep it, right? Why not? And that is that. It's fun when action RPGs remember to actually be RPGs and have fun mechanics and not to worry about hyperbalance. Yeah. If it's not a multiplayer game, then balance doesn't matter. It's just how you want your narrative to be approached by the player, I guess. Like, how good do you want this person to feel? Gorgon system in the Argus Rho cluster and locate Depot Sigmar 23. Go with the Sigmar cluster. Let's go. I don't know which one is the Sigmar cluster. None of them. Here we go. Gorgon. The Age of Sigmar cluster. Let's just see if there's any planets to survey real quick. I need like one. I might need like two. What are they called? Artifacts or something like that for the last collection thing. Oh, these are all done up. Coming aboard. You forgot about surveying. It's much more in-depth than Mass Effect 2. There's a mod to make it less painful as well. I have that mod. When we get around ME2. Hold up, have I somehow found a better gun? Yo, look at that heatsink capacity though. Jesus Christ. 191, never run out of heat. For a little less damage and a lot less accuracy. The Raikou. Stiletta. The Stroike. Okay. That's some crazy heatsink capacity, but I think that's okay. What's my class? Vanguard. Which I'm told isn't very good in ME1, but it's alright. I got barriers, I have lift, and pistols are like the best weapon, so... Well, not the best weapon, but just definitely good enough. Yo, Savant 9? Not Bade. Let's do it. Scorpion 9. Big. Let's go. An upgrade. Taking it. And probably by now I have... Do I have like a cryo rounds 9 just chilling? No, 7 is the best. What about rail? Hyper rail. Hold up. Rail extension 8, 7. Then there's hyper rail. What if I double hyper rail? Does it like... Does it overheat immediately, I wonder? No armor upgrade. This is probably better than yours. It is. Considerably better. Alien's not. I mean, it's pretty close. I think we're fine. Yeah, it's like a marksman ability, which I will just be using whenever I overheat, unless I overheat like instantly, like after one shot or something like that. Let's test it out. Okay, big damage. And I think we're fine. I don't think I'll be in danger of overheating, and if I am, then I'll just do the thing, right? It got me. The maze got me. Oh. God damn it. My only weakness, getting lost easily. Oh, I didn't see him. There's more, but are they like above me or something? Oh, there they are. Gotta make it through. I've been lost in here for 7 years. Oh. Yes. Nice. But just in case. Oh, I knew there would be something there, maybe. Let me in. Oh, I actually really did want that metagel. That's good. Going all the non-exclamation point rooms first. Whoops. You forgot how easy hacking was? It's just Frogger. Yeah, it's, I think it's kind of fun, though. You just mash and find your way through. Nothing to click on? Why even have the room? This game is excruciatingly cozy. I've found, yeah, just the gameplay loop is like so simple. But it's like comfy.
Personal data recorder for Major Elena Flores.
Play the first entry.
Sigma 23 is almost fully operational. The barracks and storage lockers are complete, and we've begun stocking the munitions. It's highly unlikely the Alliance will patrol in the nebula. I expect our only risk will be from pirates, and who'll believe them? Looks like we'll have space for 2 reinforced platoons of Cerberus commandos.
Cerberus may be a bigger threat than we had assumed.
Cerberus.
Play the second entry.
The package arrived today for field testing. I'm told they're fundamentally similar to the units being developed on Noveria. They promise this batch will be stable. Something about them developing in proximity to the master control unit. We detected some pirates setting up an anchorage in a neighboring system. I think we'll try deploying them there first.
Play the last entry.
They've escaped containment. Clever bastards. We treated them like animals. We should have treated them like POWs. They're spreading. Boarding the supply ships and sending them to random destinations. They'll be all over the cluster in a week. General, if you recover this message, my advice is, screw the Rachni. They're too smart. Use one of the other projects. Flores, signing off. For the final time.
A Rachni experiment gone awry. Again.
Again.
Let's go.
The escaped Rachni definitely came from this station, though the motives behind this Cerberus group are vague. To prevent further contamination, arm the station's scuttle charges and evacuate to the Normandy. Oh no, I have to... Wait, this station's charges? So like, in this building? You mean the bomb right next to that? Before I run out? Now I have to fight my way out and get through the maze. Yo, if it was just get through the maze, I might not make it. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, treasure. Alright, continue running. We're good. Wait. We're good. Get out. Marked safe from Rachni. Who's your favorite romance in the 3 games? Tali. Close second place, like everyone else. You thought you were exaggerating when you said you get lost easily? No, this is honesty. Nope. You know, it's good to be aware of your faults, right? A little self-awareness. Be honest with yourself. I just get lost easily, I do. It's a flaw. You'd love to see you play an old school dungeon crawler, honestly. I mean, I used to when I was a child. But back then, it was not uncommon to literally take notes with a piece of paper in real life. And so that's how I played those games. You heard Steam is testing a function that lets you take notes in the Steam overlay. Oh, the thing that I shut off in every single game because I want the game to run faster. Still, that's a quaint idea. I shouldn't make fun of it. It's an old school kind of fun little idea.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Apparently not.
Go. Goodbye, Commander.
No, don't get up.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Nothing important.
I just wanted to talk.
Of course, Shepard. What did you want to talk about?
Apparently nothing, just wanting to see if there's any updated dialogue options amongst the crew. You had to have a pen and notepad around playing Signalis the other day. Man, really takes you back, doesn't it? Of playing some fucking mud. And you have a little tiny, one of those ring notebook papers that lists out all the different locations. And then from your starting point, you're like north, east, east, south, east, north, east, east, north, north. And that's how to get from the capital city to the dungeon area or whatever. Hold up. So I need 1 protein artifact and 3 medallions, and then we're done. Entirely. I thought I would have to go back to the Citadel for something, but I guess I don't need to. I guess all the quests are done. No turn-ins. Any levelers? Advanced Unity engine. Ever play Legends of Grimrock? No. No, I have not. You know, I haven't talked to Joker for 30 hours. Let's see what he's up to. If anything.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
Commander giving him the death stare.
to go.
Alright, see ya.
Stares at him for 30 full seconds without blinking ever. I have to go.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Reporter Kalisa Al-Jilani recently attempted to land an interview with Commander Shepard, the first human Spectre. Commander Shepard answered difficult questions, demonstrating that under that military uniform is a keen diplomatic mind.
Big brain.
We'll have exclusive footage later today.
Nice. I did that a long time ago. But I like how they have little news segments, and they tell you about stuff that you did, or they talk about a troupe of Elcor putting on a play for Hamlet or something like that. Just fun little things. I don't think I actually need to talk to anybody on the Citadel. But let's check out our buddy at the embassy. Sounds like he didn't punch her. No, it would have been bad publicity to do so. Wait, it's this way, right? Yeah. Yeah, I punched very few people on this playthrough. I shot plenty of people, but I didn't punch a lot of them. I haven't talked to you guys in 50 quests. You got anything for me?
Your Noveria report raised a few eyebrows in the council, Shepard. I can't believe you let that queen live. There's a reason their species was nearly wiped out. You should have finished them off.
Well, she's learned. All the other Rachni have not learned. But yeah, they learned.
This queen isn't like the others. She's not interested in conquest or war.
Really? I'm glad you're an expert in a species we know virtually nothing about. I hope we're both still around in 50 years to see if you're right.
Genocide of an entire species is a terrible tragedy, Ambassador. Shepard did the right thing.
Fine. I'll just tell everyone we figured it was a good idea to release a fertile Rachni queen in the wilds of Noveria. I'm sure nobody will have a problem with that.
I remember Udina being a huge dick who was wrong about everything. And playing through the game, with the information he has available to him, he's like right about everything. It just so happens you're an invincible, perfect god, that's all. And he doesn't know that. And how could he be expected to?
Yes, Commander?
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
Alright, fair.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
Okay.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Buddy, it's this guy.
Surprised welcome.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell.
I just wanted to say hi.
Good day to you.
He was the first person I helped on the
Enjoy your
Citadel.
time.
He's an Omega Cynic. I don't even know if he's a Cynic. He's like a... All of his decisions are like the most... Are like the safest, most reasonable courses of action. It's just you're thrust into a narrative where you're supposed to take the crazy 1% chance every time because you're such a fucking god that you can deal with it. And the ravings of a lunatic, like you listen to raving lunatics 100 times a year for 20 years in your whole career and they're all wrong, and then Shepard finds a lunatic and the dude's just like 100% right, and you're like, okay, I guess this is the one fucking time. I don't know, I empathize with the guy. He's a dick, but...
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Next mission. We got a dock worker. He is one of those crate sleepers. He was sleeping behind a crate. He saw a Spectre shoot the other guy. Yeah, Yeah, I hear somebody say that 30 times a day. No. Shepard found him. Oh, fuck. Okay. Shepard found him? Yeah, then the 0% chance is always just, that's it. Probably under a lot of stress. When should I do Pinnacle Station mission, I wonder? When should I do that mission? It's the DLC mission. So... right before the last mission of the game, or... I don't know. Anyway, let's do Pharaohs. Pharaohs. Big save. I'm gonna get a drink. BRB. Get yourselves a drink too. Get up, stretch your legs. Call your mom. All right, BRB.